Hi, my name is John Mayer, and I feel accepted about being Conan O'Brien's friend.
That's very nice. Like you've been accepted into an elite club. Maybe the most elite club in show business.
I have always wanted to be, before this became a catchphrase, I've wanted to be your friend.
You know, it's interesting. You were very nice. You came on the show many times over the years.
Yeah.
And you'd always say the nicest things. You would do these interviews and people would be saying to me, like, John Mayer, it's a huge deal. And they would say, oh, he's in an interview where they're trying to talk to him about music. You would say nice things about our show and what we were trying to do. So it's very nice.
I mean it. I mean, I don't want to do the thing where someone says like, you never invite me over, Dave. You know,
right.
But I have waited to be on this podcast. I've waited for you to ask me to be on the podcast for a long time. Not angrily, but that's all to say I'm excited to finally be here.
I just want to say that everyone in this room has been here when they repeatedly come in and say, what about John Mayer? And I say, absolutely.
won't have it.
I say, abso-fucking-lutely not.
Yeah.
I'm not having it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this guitar fellow.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Not a fan.
I'm thrilled you're here.
I am. Thank you.
And my acting assumption is that people don't want to do it. So I'm very happy to have you. So let's clear the air on that. And also clear the air on which of us is the better musician.
Oh.
Because that's a running debate.
No, it's not.
No, nobody's debating that.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different debate.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the famous Lincoln-Douglas debates, which is, I'm sorry, I completely forgot. Because you're a virtuoso.
Thank you.
Oh,
you play from the heart. You play with love.
No, that's the way to put it.
That's the you have a good personality.
Well, no, when it comes to playing the guitar,
I play.
you play with great intention.
I play with.
You play with your hands.
No, you do. You do.
You know what's really funny is I've always I've struggled throughout my life to play the guitar, and one of my go-to songs was always Bob Dylan's "Buckets of Rain." I love that song, and I like to play it, and I like to sing it, and I always started to think, I think I play this one pretty well. And then there was a benefit. I don't know if you'll remember this.
I do remember.
But it might have, I don't know if it was like 8 years or so ago. And you're on the benefit too. And I do my thing. And then you come out and I have no idea you're going to do this. And you start to say, I'm going to play a Dylan tune. And you play Buckets of Rain.
I remember that.
And I went home and I destroyed my guitars. And then I fed my hands into a wood chipper. Because it made such a mockery of the one song I thought I could really play with like feeling. And I was like, oh, and it's that thing. I'm not even Salieri looking at Mozart in this. I'm a chamber pot looking at Salieri who's looking at Mozart,
It didn't make you want to go home and get it more under your hands?
No.
It discouraged you.
I just understood that I am an ape who's on this earth for so much time, and there's no amount of time left where this ape is going to learn that. Do you know what I mean? I just understand.
I feel that way about so many things. I tried stand-up comedy, and I did the same thing. I go, why would I want to be the 33,000th best at something when I could devote all my energies to be, in the top?
Right.
In the conversation of the top something.
I don't know. I guess I feel like they're different. Maybe the grass is always greener, but the many times that I've watched you play and heard you play, and I've heard you in interviews sort of talk about like, I made a decision. I think you say you saw Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future, and you were like, okay, I guess I'll learn to do that. And I think, no, that's not how it happens. That is not you. There's something.
No, something else was there.
There's something in you clearly that isn't in other people, and so it was just very, in a way, it relaxed me because I thought, no, I play the guitar because I find it kind of calming for myself, and I try not to inflict it on too many other people. But no, I did not watch you and say, well, I better really get at it now.
Okay, so I have a story about the time I was relaxed the way you just explained it. I was at a restaurant one night, and I was at Craig's, not to brag, I was at Craig's. And
you got into Craig's?
I got into Craig's.
I keep trying. It's like you on this podcast. It just couldn't. They were like, absolutely not. But anyway, go ahead.
And Jeff Beck was in the room.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was relaxed. It's so funny to hear you say that. I went, oh, I don't have to think about how I play the guitar because the best is in the room,
So-
and it's not me.
In your mind, it's.
I was
Jeff Beck.
comforted. I could finally quiet down this noise in my head I didn't know was there, which is the best in the room is sitting over there, and it doesn't have to maybe be me.
Can I ask you a question, which is, when did this sighting happen? I know Jeff Beck passed not too long ago.
No,
but
it wasn't that long. It was probably 2018 or something.
See, this is something, I think some of this comes a little bit with getting a little older. You're still, in my book, an incredibly young person, but I think some of this came to me later. Meaning
Some
I
of
had
what?
the ability to say, yeah, that person's just so amazing and I'm not going to worry about it.
Oh, I have that now.
I think that, I don't know that I had that in my 20s. I was so, teens and 20s, I was
Yeah.
so hungry.
I was too.
And then there's this nice thing that comes later on. People malign getting old, and we have this whole culture that says, oh my God, that's terrible. And especially in comedy, I've turned 60 this year, and I'm starting to get in my head a little bit about it. And then I thought, oh no, I don't know. I do what I can. And
Right.
there are so many people that are so great. And I'm excited when I see how great young people are. And when I'm around like a Martin Short, I relax because I go, okay,
Yeah.
that's Martin Short. I'm no Martin Short. That's Martin Short.
I have that when I go to Hollywood parties, which I don't very often anymore, but I used to go to parties and see beautiful women and think to myself, I'd get discouraged. I'd get sad. I never even went up to them and I'd get sad. How? And now,
Get sad. Why?
I'd get sad because I'd be so desirous of their approval and their attention. I remember being so young, I'd want to leave. I don't even know what my expectation was, but it was
Right.
to leave walking on air or something.
It's
to
so
have
funny.
everybody just sort of knight me or something at the party. And now I walk in, and I don't mean this in any sort of self-effacing way. I go, and it's freeing. They don't give a shit.
Right.
I say this, she doesn't give a shit. It's
Yeah.
awesome because she doesn't, and that's great. So I don't even think about it. They don't care.
I have always felt sad for beautiful women because they don't get to be with me
Oh, geez.
because I'm taken. You know what I mean? And I know
no,
that.
I don't know what you mean.
Let me ask you a question.
Matt, let me just be really clear.
Please.
Do you?
They'll go their whole lives and not know the orgasmic beauty
Oh, come on.
Okay.
of being with this spam skin skeleton.
I just have an issue with you and orgasmic beauty being in the same sentence.